Hi everyone, welcome back to the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. I'm GoLocal News editor Kate Nagel. Thanks for tuning in for the Friday noontime show. Bringing you the news from this week and the news from yesterday, I'd like to welcome in Raul Figueroa with Fuerza, Laboral. Thank you for joining us today.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me.
A new workers' cooperative announcement was put forth this week in Central Falls, the new Healthy Planet Cleaning Cooperative. And this is the first new workers' cooperative under state law. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how this got all the stakeholders to the table, and tell us more about the cooperative.
Sure, of course. I've been organizer for the past 2.5 years with Fuerza since May of 2016. When I joined Fuerza, one of the things that brought me to the to organizing is the a lot of problems that a lot of the workers, low wage workers, immigrant workers faces in many industries. I've worked in many industries in the past, so I know I have been victim of some of those violations in the past. But Fuerza Laboral is a workers' rights organization, but we consider ourselves a multi-issue organization. A lot of the times, the people who come looking for help, whether it's for wage theft or any type of discrimination, any type of labor violation, what happened was that a lot of the times we were able to help them, but then they would go back to the same industry would have been exploited in the past. So we weren't really creating a solution. So the only way that we thought that we would be able to give a permanent solution for these workers was through workers' cooperatives.
And so let's talk a little bit about that, the Healthy Planet Cleaning Cooperative. I mean, let's talk about what that looks like from nuts and bolts. As you said, the workers came together, probably said, here's our needs for both the community, our health, our work life. So talk about how this came to, like, who was around the table and said, this is what we need to do.
So Fuerza Laboral is the one who got the a grant. This was in 2014, and just to start doing the implementation, just the planning for the project, it has taken us 4 years to get to this point. And because we focus a lot on education part, there was a lot of stigma when you talk about workers' cooperatives associated with other bad ideas. But workers' cooperatives, in the way we see it, is an opportunity for the workers to own the work that they do. So the workers came to us with an idea, with an experience, with the desire to create their own business and own it, to work and own it. And once they came on board and they told us, we'll learn a little more about their experience and how. So then we decided, okay, so why don't a group of you decide to form this cooperative, and that way you are responsible in owning your own work.
And so let's talk a little bit about what that might look like, again, with the Healthy Planet Cleaning Cooperative. So just workers for hire in any number of industries? I mean, where the particular focus area?
So we decided to start with the cleaning co-op because it was the first one under this new law. So we thought it was going to be a little easier in terms of permit, because in reality it's a business. It's still a business, and it's still abide through all the laws, tax laws, and permits and everything else that you need to run a business successfully. The only difference here is that there's not one person in charge for everybody else. Everybody who's on the table, everybody who's a worker there has a vote, and everybody has decision-making powers for the business.
And so the kickoff was this week in Central Falls, but tell me what the reaction's been like. Who have you heard from around the state? Who have you heard from around the country?
Yeah, so we so it's interesting because when we first tried to enact this law and trying to work in the legislation, this people and organizations and individuals who came together, people that we never really came across before, but they learned that this was a new idea, a new proposal, and ever since then we have been able to cultivate so many good relationships, and here in Rhode Island, in New England in general, and then on last year we were invited to go to the workers cooperative. People of color workers cooperatives and do and present the work that we did and how we were able to move the legislation along. We were in California this September, learning on how cooperatives are being formed there and what are the needs and the people in the community there. And then gathering all that information, we're trying to bring it here and trying to do, education. This has been our focus this past year, trying to educate and make sure that we targeting responsible consumers to
know that the cooperatives, because that's the other side of the coin, is that you need the consumer to know, here's this opportunity to support this. So, you're an organizer through and through, and so when you were looking, on the policy side of this, advocating for it up at the State House, what does 2019 look like? What are the needs both, politically, now that this has been formed, and then is there opportunity for other cooperatives as well, or is the focus really making sure this one gets off the ground? I mean, you've probably got a lot of balls in the air.
But this is our focus for right now. We want to make sure that this cooperative is successful. We want to make sure that we have enough. They have enough business. We want to make sure that they also grow so they can give the opportunity to other members to join the cooperative, because there's no limit of how big a cooperative can be. But for 2019, I think one of the things that we have been discussing and talking to a lot of other business owners is that there's a lot of people who are looking to retire. Like think about it, like maybe like your favorite shop where you bring your car. Businesses that have been in the community for so long, and then you trust those businesses because you know that the person, the workers there. But now these people might want to retire, and their children might not want to continue with the family businesses. Times have changed, generations have changed. So how a business owner who's looking to retire has the opportunity to transform that business into a business, into a workers cooperative, and give the opportunity for their workers to form that cooperative. And that way you will make sure that every time you go there, bring your car there, and you're gonna make sure you're gonna know that you're gonna get the same services that you got in the past.
No, I know that had been a discussion topic last year up at the General Assembly as well. Does that require separate legislation to be enacted to allow it to happen?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
So I told Marcella, I'm sure I'll see her up there. I'm sure I'll see you up there as well.
Absolutely.
But anything else you want folks to know about the cooperative while we have you here in studio?
Well, if you're looking to have a business, I know a lot of businesses, a lot of companies, or a lot of families are having their Christmas celebration this year. If you don't want to deal with the cleaning prior and after that, consider hiring Healthy Planet Cleaning Co-op and take that load off your back.
Had to make the plug for it. We'll make sure we have the links for it up as well when you watch this after the fact. But Raul, I really appreciate your taking the time to come into the studio here. And you know what? That just about wraps up the Friday Noon and Politics show here in the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. We'll be back on Monday with Business Monday with Josh Fenton. But in the meantime, be sure to read GoLocalProv.com and catch us on Facebook. Have a great weekend. I'm GoLocal News Editor Kate Nagel.